And look, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Jake Willie Silly, man, a.k.a. Mr. Take It Easy for you end up life easy. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch, man, in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. But we got the shocking downfall of Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? You know, Warriors, man. You know, this is their so-called savior right here. You know what I mean? It's so funny, man. You know, Warriors fans, you're acting so loyal, you know what I mean, to a dude that declined your first contract. You know what I'm saying? It's really funny to me, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know, but I have to do this video on this man right here because I'm tired of these Warrior fans always talking about Jimmy. I've never seen a regular player get hyped up as much as Jimmy Butler, man. Like, he's not a star. He's not a superstar. He's just a regular player, you know what I'm saying? And that's not hating whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? It's just being real. You know what I mean? He had 2 good playoff series, you know what I'm saying? People just keep feeding off that, but, you know what I mean? They gonna understand that man ain't the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, 2 good years. Bravo. You know what I'm saying? The man is 35. You know what's crazy? The man even declined the Warriors offer at first. That's the funny thing. It's like, your Warrior fans, you're going so hard for a dude that literally declines your contract at first. He blatantly robbed you. No team in the NBA was giving this man $120 million. But guess who did? Dun, 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 the Warriors! Oh my God, that is funny. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. The Warriors gave this man $120 million. You know what I'm saying? Guaranteed, man. That is funny, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, joke. Just straight a joke. Joke of a franchise, man. But you gotta let them feel like they just did something. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have stardom in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But we got the shocking downfall of Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? You need to do the freaking shocking downfall of the Dallas Mavericks. That's what you need to do, man. The man Kyrie Irving is out for the whole year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the heck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Up in Dallas, I don't know what's the water in Dallas, but yeah, Dallas ain't looking too good. Nico, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not happy about nobody injury, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, seem like it's a curse going on over there in Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Shit did your boy Luka like that, man. I ain't gonna lie, you did your boy dead wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? You know your boy earned that Supermax contract. You know he did, bro. You know he was good for it, man. So to trade him away for a bag of chips, that was disrespectful, bro.
Tell NBA fans why this trip with Miami joining.
But Kyrie is out for the whole season. So you already know the Dallas Mavericks is definitely over. And I think Kyrie Irving, you know what I'm saying, is a free agent next year as well. So, yeah, it's definitely not looking good for the Mavs, man.
Tell NBA fans why this trip with Miami joining the Heat is going to be a little different after you played for 4 different teams in the last 4 seasons.
It's going to be different because this is where I'm going to be for hopefully the rest of my career.
Jimmy Butler just left no doubt that he will never play for the Miami Heat again.
The latest chapter is missing the flight and another suspension for Jimmy Butler.
It's become Pat Riley versus Jimmy Butler.
Is that Jimmy trolling?
So we'll let people keep talking like they know everything, like they have all the answers. And then sooner or later, the whole truth will come out.
This is about money.
You're 35. You're making $100 million over the next 2 years to play a game, and you're trying to tell us that you don't have joy.
It's a cancer, man.
Breaking news out of the Miami Heat.
It's a freaking cancer.
Is on his way to the Golden State Warriors.
Freaking cancer, man. Talking about RP playoff Jimmy. I'm gonna just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mean, let's keep it real, y'all. The East was really weak when he was doing that. Let's keep it real, y'all. Like, when he was over here in the West, he wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell him. Like, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the West, like, that right there was very, very, like, you did something like Dirk and them did. Like, back in the day when Dirk in the made finals. I'm not talking about with the Miami Heat when they played the Miami Heat, but I'm not talking about the Miami Heat with Kyrie. Not Kyrie, I said Kyrie, nigga, with LeBron, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that Miami Heat with just D Wade and Shaquille O'Neal. How the Dallas Mavericks made that run, you know what I'm saying? You was like the Dallas man, a lucky run, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was just a lucky freaking run that you did, bro. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. And I'm just keeping it real, Jimmy, bro. You're not doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? Especially at the age of 35. You just ain't, man.
For the last half decade, one team that's become the ultimate nightmare for their opponents is the Miami Heat. Led by Jimmy Butler, the Heat have proved year after year that doubting them is a death sentence. When Butler signed with Miami in the summer of 2019, NBA analysts of all kinds slammed the decision and called it idiotic.
Oh, it was just 2 years.
It turned out to be the best move of his career.
I definitely love the Miami Heat, though, man.
Jimmy Butler, buckets. The Butler did it.
It'll be the last jerseys that I wear. I told Coach Pat, I told Coach Bo, I'm here to win one. Moving forward, I got to hold up my end of the bargain.
You didn't win one.
Transform Miami into a consistent contender that made the NBA Finals twice. Despite gaining a strong reputation as a playoff pest, though, the Heat never broke through into NBA glory.
Yeah, bro, because look, they had to face a Western Conference team. We all know that Western Conference teams is better than Eastern Conference teams. We already know this. We know that the Western Conference is better than the Eastern Conference. It's always been that way, bro. It's literally always been that way. Why you think the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, is not the East versus the West no more? Because the West stay punishing the East. You know what I'm saying? For real, the Western Conference, see for the Lakers, this is the difference between the Lakers and the Celtics. The Celtics, bro, half of their championships off of one man, and that's Bill Russell. The niggas got one, like we're talking about like numerous of championships. We're talking about like Magic Johnson's, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, Wilt Chamberlain's, you know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant's, you know what I'm saying? Like different type of eras. The Celtics didn't have no different type of era for real. Them niggas only had one nigga. That nigga got like 11 rings by itself. You know what I mean? That's a Celtics rings, Bill Russell. You know what I mean? Then Larry Bird and all them other, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you feel me?
They always found themselves one step behind the champions of the league. And now,
I mean, LeBron won one out the freaking okay, let me go and say this. LeBron won one out the West though. You know what I'm saying? He beat Western Conference teams plenty of times, my mans. You know what I'm saying? He won one out the West. You forgot? You forgot he came in the West and won? You forgot he been to the Western Conference Finals in the West? You forgot that? You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler has not done that. You know what I mean? He's came in the West and won in the West. So please shut up with all that, bro.
The Jimmy Butler era has come
Shut the
to a
frick up.
sudden.
You thought you cooked, but you didn't, my boy. You didn't cook. You know what I'm saying? He been to the Western Conference Finals. And if he wouldn't got injured, I forgot what injury. He got injured one year. He would have made it to the finals again, bro. So please stop with all that LeBron in the West and all that. Please stop it, bro. The only time LeBron lost in the freaking finals, bro, is when it was freaking OP teams, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about the Dallas Mavericks and all that, bro. But, man, and then Dallas Mavericks, that was a crazy run. But other than that, bro, that man was going against gauntlet teams, bro. Freak out of here.
Dramatic end. So what happened?
He won the West, so everybody shut the freak up.
Championship despite being in the mix every year. And who is to blame for their ultimate failure? In order to answer these questions, we have to go back to when this era started in 2019, because things were so much different. For starters, back in the summer of 19, Jimmy Butler's reputation and track record were far less impressive than they were now. In his then 8-year-long career, he had never made it past the second round. He had been on 3 teams in the past 2 years, and the best team record.
I'm doing this video to show Warrior fans who they got. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this video to show Warrior fans who they got, because they swear Jimmy Butler has always been like I'm talking about that, bro. Them 2 playoff runs got them niggas' head like all the way messed up. I'm doing this to show y'all the history of this nigga. How this niggas just could never, like that was a good little run, them 2 years, bro. But that was a lucky run. He's not doing that. He's 35. The man is 35, bro. Averaging 17 points per game. You know what I'm saying? He's a terrible 3-point shooter, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's averaging 17 points per game. You feel me? I don't know who the freak they got. He literally fleeced the Warriors. You know what I mean? Like, he's fleeced them. This man has a $120 million contract. He fleeced these niggas. He declined these niggas at first. He literally declined them. And once his agent got him a good deal worth $120-some million, he signed the contract. He didn't even want to play for the Warriors at first.
He had been on 3 teams in the past 2 years, and the best team record-wise he had actually managed to defeat in the postseason were the 42-win 6-seeded Nets in 2019. Ask any casual fan, and common sentiments you'd hear being brought up about Jimmy was that he wasn't fit to be a #1 option on a contender, that he was a locker room cancer, and that he had the playoff success of Tony Romo. As for the Miami Heat, they were in quite the rut as well since LeBron James made his exit. Between 2014 and 2019, the Heat would have considered being called average a flattering compliment. In the 5 seasons post-LeBron, they lost in both rounds 1 and 2 one time each, and missed the playoffs 3 times. The franchise that was once the golden standard for excellency had become painfully middle of the pack. Their roster consisted of nothing but bad contracts, unmotivated players, and no real star power. They had a proven coach in Eric Spoelstra and a winning executive in Pat Riley, yet the problem was that they lacked the talent to maximize it. In a way, entering the summer of 2019, both Jimmy
Lakers
and
versus
the Heat
Celtics
were a match made in heaven. They needed
Lakers versus
each other.
Celtics.
Miami is finalizing a sign and trade with Philadelphia to acquire Jimmy
Butler. The team officially introduced Jimmy Butler today.
That's Wade County in Miami, and he's not going to be Dwayne Wade.
A few hours into free agency,
Dang right.
it became official. Jimmy was a Heatle, signed on a 4-year max deal. His decision was attributed to
This
the
man
dollar
has been
signs.
fleecing. This man has been fleecing, you know what I'm saying, ever since the beginning. Dude, Jimmy Butler leaves 76ers for Heat in 4-year, $142 million deal. This man has been fleecing since been fleecing.
And to Dwayne Wade convincing him that Heat culture was a perfect fit for his personality. It was a move that sent shockwaves through the NBA.
So Jimmy was worth
the
that?
Miami Heat,
Nigga,
who had long
please.
been irrelevant and forgotten about, were officially back in the Eastern
ain't worth
Conference
that.
playoff race. The roster Butler was joining was young but promising. Thanks to the Hassan Whiteside trade, young center and former 2017 lottery pick Bam Adebayo now had a chance.
You know what I'm saying, bro? These niggas be like, I don't know who these niggas be thinking they be, bro. Like, hey, bro, go ahead and just talk that casual. Go and talk that junk with them niggas that don't know about basketball, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why niggas, I don't know if you niggas be like, I don't know who the freak you niggas be thinking I am, bro. Trying to talk all that Jimmy was worth that and all that. Hey, bro, go talk to them over there. I don't know nothing about basketball, bro. You know what I'm saying? I watch it just like you. Matter of fact, I know it more than you. You know what I'm saying? So all that Jimmy DeVere, that $142 million, bro, go and cut the bobo and go and shut the freak up talking, bro.
As a starter.
And what the freak you talking about? That nigga really never been a superstar in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Bro, never really been a superstar in the NBA. Please stop it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that nigga's not a Hall of Famer. Know who the freak you think that nigga is, but he is not that. Stop with all that hype, bro.
Hero with the 13th pick generated some buzz as
He was even good on the Bulls, but
summer league showing.
Wasn't doing on the Bulls
he knew about, who ended up making the biggest difference though. 2 undrafted players, Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson, became extremely important pieces to the Heat's success in the 2019-20 season. Nunn stunned fans by setting a Heat.
Nobody was giving that nigga $142 million other than the Heat.
500 career points, and shockingly earned 2nd place in the Rookie of the Year race. Duncan Robinson, who had signed with Miami on
I'm a casual. Cool. Keep watching me.
somehow evolved into one of
It's automatic. As long as you sit down and watch me, bro. I don't
shooting.
care about you calling me a casual. Think what you want to think. You still gonna watch me at the end of the day.
Because the Heat scouts are just Jesus Christ reincarnated.
Watch this
Nobody
casual.
could have predicted the elite production these two would bring to the table, which is why so many doubted the Heat in the first place. The 2019-20 season represented a groundbreaking level of success the Heat organization hadn't sniffed in years. In a season that was cut short due to the virus, they went 44-29 and earned the 5th seed. Butler soon proved that he was a killer and exactly the type of piece Miami had needed all along. He averaged 26-6 for the team, which was enough to earn him his 5th All-Star appearance. An incredible game early on in the Jimmy era that highlighted the true resilience this Heat team had came against the Atlanta Hawks in December 2019, where after falling behind 6 with a minute left, opposing guard Trae Young shouted, "It's over," to the fans in Miami. These comments would come back to haunt him, as the Heat quickly embarked on a 6-0 run, tying the game with 2 miraculous threes.
Butler for the tie. Yes! The Butler
Then in overtime, they destroyed Atlanta, outscoring them 18-4, securing the win. After the game, Butler, who finished with 20 points, a career-high 18 rebounds, and 10 assists, posted on Instagram with the caption, "This man Trae Young is a teller of the future." He was right. Game was over. It's worth noting that Butler didn't do this alone. Kendrick Nunn poured in 36 points, Duncan Robinson had 34 with 10 threes, and Bam had a 30-point triple-double. This game truly represented the magic the Miami Heat had when everyone was clicking, and they were quickly becoming one of the most exciting teams to watch in the league. Bam Adebayo went from a relatively unknown backup to a third-year All-Star. Tyler Hero was one of the most electrifying rookies the league had to offer, regularly hitting insane clutch shots that no other youngster had the guts to shoot. The Heat's depth and veteran leadership was elite. The team was insanely well-rounded. With the
I know y'all was fooled by it, bro, but you know what I'm saying? I just never believed that the Heat can win. Like, even after they were doing, I knew the Heat wasn't going to win the finals. Like, even when the Heat played the Nuggets, I'm like, you're not going to win, bro. I knew y'all wasn't going to win. Like, I wasn't on the hype. I wasn't on the Heat's going to win the check. I knew they wasn't going to beat us, and I knew they weren't going to beat the Smuggets. You know what I'm saying? I knew it, bro. I said, yo, luck going to run out eventually. It's going to run out eventually. I knew they weren't going to win. How they got beat down by the Smuggets, how they got beat down by the freaking Lakers, I knew they weren't going to win. I knew they didn't have a good enough team. That was just a lucky run. A lucky run.
Question mark being if Jimmy could lead this mighty squad through the playoffs.
Lucky run, bro.
There was immense
it's luck. It was pure luck.
Ability to perform when his team needed him most. On top of this,
pure luck.
They were talented, but a lot of their players were young and hadn't dealt with true postseason intensity. How would they handle it? Fast forward to the bubble, because the virus suspended the season. The Heat entered the postseason holding on to the 5th seed. They appeared to face an uphill battle. However, they had one big factor on their side that no one realized at the time. The bubble was the perfect environment for them. When reflecting on the chaos that was the Orlando NBA bubble, players often speak about how depressing and miserable the whole situation was, saying how big of a mental toll it took on them.
Man, bro, shut up, bro. This nigga was playing his best basketball. What you said that after you lost? Jamal Murray, mental health struggle in the NBA bubble is a real thing. Nigga, shut up. Nigga, you making millions of dollars, but you ain't had no mental health. Nigga, shut the stupid, man. Bro, shut your stupid stuff up. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I hate when niggas be capping. I ain't gonna cap to you. Mental health struggle. Yeah, you was struggling with mental health, bro. What you making millions playing basketball, nigga? What mental health you was struggling with, nigga? You know what I'm saying? What you said that after you lost? You said that after you lost in the Western Conference Finals or before? Because was this nigga going crazy in the bubble? You know what I'm saying? Was you one of the best players in the bubble? But after you lost, yeah, mental health struggle in the NBA is a real thing. You know, like it's a real freaking thing. Yeah, all right. Of course, this nigga gonna say some freaking podcast P. Of course, you say something. You know what I'm saying? Paul George says he dealt with anxiety, depression inside NBA bubble. Man, shut up. Acting like this joint was prison. Nigga, you playing basketball. Nigga, you just ain't got no crowd. Nigga, shut up, man, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but these millionaire niggas be making me so mad. I ain't gonna count. You know what I'm saying, bro? Y'all niggas be pissing me off with all that.
Depressing and miserable the whole situation was, saying how big of a mental toll it took on them. The Heat, they didn't care whatsoever. Jimmy Butler said he approached the whole ordeal as a business trip, which he meant quite literally. The guy opened an overpriced coffee shop during his stay. The 2020 playoffs quickly became less about who was the best team, and more about who was tough enough to survive the conditions around them. The Heat, having the culture and being as well coached as they are, were built for this. First up,
it wasn't built for this.
The Indiana Pacers.
That is a no-no, my friend. Oh, don't read lips. Heat Nation, do not read lips.
During the regular season, these two teams had quite the beef from a heated altercation that took place between Butler and Pacers wing TJ Warren back in January. Butler had blown kisses after the two got into a trash-talking fight. After the game, he said that TJ wasn't even in his league.
He's soft. He's not even in my league, like nowhere near me. And if I was their coach, I would never put him on me ever again.
Now, these two met once again in an unusual setting. In the bubble, Warren had been dominating, averaging 31 a game on 58% field goal shooting. The Heat shut him down. Miami swept the Pacers, showcasing their dominance early in the postseason. Now, any concerns about if the Heat's game could translate into the bubble were quashed. Heat fans had full confidence in their squad.
That nigga did not care about a haircut.
They got Heat in 6 trending on Twitter.
That nigga didn't care about haircuts.
The series against the Milwaukee Bucks even tipped off. All bubble long, something was just off with the 56-win Bucks. They had dropped Game 1 against the Magic in Round 1 in stunning fashion, and had gone 3-5 in the 8 games before the playoffs. The Heat could smell blood in the air, so they took full advantage, winning the series in 5 games, a gentleman's sweep. Giannis Antetokounmpo, who was coming off his second straight MVP selection, was put in basketball hell this series, averaging just 21 points per game. Many projected the 2020 playoffs as the one where he and the Bucks would finally break through and win a championship. But the Heat spoiled the party thanks to their defense, timely clutch shots, and coaching. Miami had pulled off their first major accomplishment in the Jimmy Butler era, completing a shocking upset that stands as one of the team's greatest achievements to this day. Next up was the beginning of a matchup we'd become all too familiar with seeing, the Celtics and the Heat. They'd end up meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times, with their first battle coming here in 2020, which the Heat won in 6. 3 out of the 4 Heat victories came by just 5 points or less. Miami was able to wear down the Celtics with their resilient play. The Heat opened up the series leading 2-0, setting the tone in Game 1 with an OT dub.
That was a crazy
Bam
block.
Adebayo was the hero in this one, stuffing Jason Tatum's dunk attempt in the final seconds, which still remains one of the most iconic defensive plays in NBA history. After Boston bounced back and won Game 3, the Heat kicked them down to the ground with a signature Game 4 win, thanks to a 37-point explosion by their rookie 13th overall pick, Tyler Hero. The white boy was cooking on offense.
Oh, I say for me, I'm gonna keep it real. For me, bro, you know what I'm saying? For me, I honestly feel like the Celtics, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Celtics is overrated in my opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Celtics only won last year because everybody was injured. Literally every round that they played, a nigga was injured. You know what I'm saying? First round injuries, second round injuries, third round injuries, and even Luka Doncic was injured, bro. You know what I mean? Like, somebody was injured every freaking round, bro. You know what I'm saying? So last year, I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like these niggas really overrated. I ain't gonna lie, but we're gonna see in the playoffs.
Insane Steph Curry-like shots that put Boston away. This gave Miami the momentum needed to close.
Niggas said they would have won low key. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? No, they wouldn't. I'm trying to hear about that. I don't care what them niggas did in the regular season. No, they wouldn't. I ain't trying to hear about that. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I ain't trying to hear about that. No, they wouldn't.
Out the series in 6. The Heat had done.
Everybody thought they was gonna win this right here. Everybody thought they was gonna win when the Heat blew them, beat them last time. No, they wouldn't.
For the first time in a
you don't know what the freak they would have did, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the freak they would have did. Straight up. You feel me?
6 years, they had finally made it back to the NBA Finals.
I'm talking. I hate when niggas be like, "Oh, they would have made it anyway." You know what the freak they would have did, nigga.
Season. In just year 1,
but shut your mouth.
Conquered the mountain that was the Eastern Conference. But Miami's greatest triumph would soon be derailed by an avalanche. In the finals, they frustratingly lost to the LA Lakers in 6.
Look at him.
The Heat's backs were against the wall from Game 1, which saw them suffer a devastating.
Let Jimmy would have won this though. Let Jimmy would have won this right here though, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, let Jimmy would have won this. It wouldn't been no bubble ring. It wouldn't been no Mickey Mouse ring. If Jimmy would have won this, bro, would have been the most appreciated ring ever. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Would have been the most appreciated ring ever, bro. If that nigga would have won that, I ain't gonna cap.
Slew of season-ending injuries, Bam and Goran Dragic put them at a disadvantage. Yet even amidst the misfortune, Jimmy Butler still shined and carried his squad to the best of his ability. Down 2-0, the Heat stunned LA with an 11-point win, thanks to a 40-point triple-double by Jimbo. Then in Game 5, down 3-1, he dropped a 35-point triple-double, fighting tooth and nail to scrape out a 3-point victory. The team was pushed to their absolute limit. They were all but a walking corpse come Game 6, which the Lakers took full advantage of, blowing them out to win their 17th championship. While many were applauding Miami for putting up such a good fight, the Heat were distraught. Bam said it felt like a gut punch, and Jimmy said he had failed to hold up his end of the bargain, which meant he had to win a championship next year. And so, the Heat marched forward, declaring 2021 as their year of revenge. In reality though, the offseason of 2020 ended up being a complete disaster for Miami, for reasons both in and out of their control. In the draft, they made a horrible mistake, drafting Precious Achiuwa with the 20th pick, just one slot before Tyrese Maxey.
Dang.
It was a horrifying oversight by Miami's scouting department. After the draft and during the offseason, Miami experienced
this close to having Tyrese Maxey.
The superstar strikeout. Time and time again, the Heat swung and missed on star players available for trade because either the talks fell through or Miami was just too hesitant to put all their chips on the table to complete the deal. James Harden and Giannis were the first two megastars the Heat missed out on here in 2020. Harden had requested a trade from the Rockets, and it put Miami on his list of preferred destinations. The Heat had substantial interest in a potential deal for Harden, with at least two key people in the organization favoring
somebody that's going to do something in the playoffs.
Negotiations ultimately failed though, because one, the Rockets wanted more draft capital for Miami, and two, there was reportedly serious skepticism within the Heat organization about how well Harden would fit with the team's culture. Okay, well, if the Heat seriously denied Harden because of team culture, they're insane. Superstars who could average 35 with their eyes closed don't grow on trees. But apparently, Miami felt they could be picky with who they choose as a star. As you'll soon discover though, this mindset would backfire spectacularly. As for Giannis, the Heat geared up to sign him in the summer of 2021 when he was set to be a free agent. They were reportedly unwilling to do anything that jeopardizes their chances with him, which is why they basically did nothing in 2020's free agency class. This gamble didn't work out though, because once the Bucks traded for Drew Holiday, Giannis was pleased, so he re-signed on a 5-year extension. Yet another star had fallen out of Miami's grasp. Entering the 2020-21 season, the Heat were hungry to prove that they weren't bubble guppies. Yet what followed performance-wise was mediocre.
Jimmy, how would you describe the way the Miami Heat are playing basketball right now?
Terrible.
They went just 40-32 and earned the 6th seed. So what's with the sudden decline? Most people immediately point to the Heat's okay-ish roster as reasoning, but I think the main factor for this step back is that the Heat were subjected to the shortest offseason in American sports history, 71 days total of rest. Their season ended in October 2020, and they were back playing in December. Unsurprisingly, this affected their players dramatically, especially Jimmy, who missed 14 out of the first 18
I don't know, you talk about, you know what I'm saying? You talking about what's the name? Talking about they be beating my favorite teams. They ain't beating us though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who the freak you talking about, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You definitely ain't talking about this over here though. You know what I'm saying? We show these boys over and over again when we do to them. So I don't know who the freak you talking to. You ain't talking about me.
Games due to injury.
They overrated to me,
started
nigga.
6
Freak wrong with you, boy.
Result. Miami's offense, which ranked second best
beat y'all favorite teams, nigga.
Before.
Give me that boy, you little silly, stupid boy.
7th in offense.
Hear me, little boy?
18th. They ranked 29th in pace and 25th in points scored. Essentially, their offense was equivalent to an LA Fitness pickup team. The Heat aimed to make a splash by trading for two-time All-Star Victor Oladipo, but that move ended up being more of a wave. His season ended just 4 games into his Heat career due to a devastating knee injury. It felt as though all the magic pixie dust Miami had relied on during their 2019-20 season was now working against them, casting a shadow over their 2020-21 campaign.
Bro, nobody's scared of no Celtics, bro. We demolished y'all, bro, without AD or LeBron. I don't know how many times we got to spank y'all niggas on the stand game. We ain't the mother niggas, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We go toe for toe, my boy, you know what I'm saying? So don't even try to, you know what I'm saying, spit that over there with the Warriors or something, gang. You know what I'm saying? Did we beat y'all this season, gang? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to think, I don't know what the freak you think this is, you know what I'm saying? But nigga ain't scared of none of that, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, my boy.
The Heat's only hope was that come playoff time, they'd sacrifice a baby under their
stadium.
They ain't scared of no
Celtics. They're gonna talk that with the Cavaliers or something.
Well,
they're gonna talk that with them the boys over there, the Heat or something.
Swept by the Bucks.
Yeah,
you heard that right. Milwaukee, who had gotten
we spanked you this shit,
Miami back spanked you. Had come back and served a plate of payback pie. The third-seeded Bucks handed 4 straight L's to the spiraling Heat, mostly in blowout fashion. The Heat's three-point shooting, which was already suspect, dipped from 37% to 31% in the postseason. Their once rugged defense was sloppy and lazy. Their big three declined into a mid-3. The Heat had gone from the untouchable cool kids on the the block to being laughed at and memed on for their failure. Now it was time to go back to the drawing board.
You see how fast people chill? You see how fast people switch up?
On for their failure. Now it was time to go back to the drawing board and plot how to return to the top. The Heat's summer of 2021 stands out as perhaps their most successful one in the grand scheme of things. They brought in a boatload of helpful players, most notably Kyle Lowry and PJ Tucker, each of which provided shooting and defense the team desperately needed. Then, they gave standard contracts to Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and Caleb Martin, all of whom had been on two-way deals. Those names probably sound familiar to you, and it's because all three would unexpectedly emerge into valuable.
But Gabe Vincent playing alright, bro. He playing alright with us, bro.
5 years and 90 M's to Duncan Robinson.
That's crazy. 5 years and $90 million to Duncan Robinson. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I would say, bro, I don't know, bro. It's just, I don't know. 5 years and $90 million for Duncan Robinson.
Familiar to you, and it's because all three would unexpectedly emerge.
That's crazy, bro.
Players.
That's crazy.
Lastly, the Heat gave 5 years and 90 M's to Duncan.
These niggas just handing out money to anybody.
Jimmy, 3 years, $146 million. The superstar was officially under contract until the 2025-26 season.
5 years. This nigga on this sorry nigga Duncan Robinson. No offense, this sorry nigga Duncan Robinson. You know what I mean? Just got 5 years. Almost $100 million contract. That nigga was smiling. He knew he fleeced these niggas.
Ball marriage had been born between the Heat
and
Butler,
crazy.
With no divorce anywhere on the horizon. This barrage of great moves ended up propelling Miami to their most successful regular season.
I don't give a dang what he is.
They won 53 games and earned the
nigga ain't worked on $90 million.
The key to the Heat's success lied in their elite depth, something that the team wouldn't be able to replicate in the following years because of how difficult it was to retain all these pieces financially. That's why the 2021-22 season was so crucial for the Heat. A lot of their key rotation players like Strus, Martin, and Vincent were on cheap deals. Miami needed to shoot for the stars now before they had to pay up. Since these 2022 playoffs were so crucial, the Spotify playlist of these Heat players must have been fire as hell. Only one problem.
I hate when niggas be trying to make it seem like niggas more valuable than what they are. I hate that junk. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who the freak you think you be talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga don't know who the freak Duncan Robinson is. Duncan Robinson ain't worth no $90 million, bro. You know what I mean? So all that very valuable at the time, no the freak he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So shut up with all that cap talk, bro. Stop capping, gang. You know what I'm saying? You nigga be pissing me off with all that capping junk. They ain't worth no $90 million, bro.
The headphones they were using to listen to their...
Bro, they tell me he nice, bro. I know who Duncan Robinson is, little nigga. Nigga was a nice nigga, was decent, bro. He was just a shooter. Nigga ain't worth no $90 million, bro. He was nice, Jay. You don't know who the freak Duncan Robinson is, nigga. Nigga act like he telling me something. Nigga, you ain't teaching me nothing, nigga.
Overpriced.
Weirdo nigga. I ain't laughing with you, bro.
If you want some affordable headphones, then you
think I'm laughing, bro. I'm not laughing with you, gang. I ain't gonna count. I don't like niggas like you, bro. For real, I'm not laughing with you, bro. Think I'm playing with you. I bet I ban this nigga. Real talk. I'm not laughing with this nigga.
Finals run. The
Freak niggas gotta be laughing. I'm not laughing with you, bro.
In round one, they quickly dispatched of the Hawks in 5 games, eliminating the team that had made it to the Eastern Conference Finals 1 year prior, in large part due to more playoff Jimmy madness. The Sixers were up next, but they were down a man after Embiid's face got smashed by Pascal Siakam's elbow, sidelining him for the first 2 games of this second round series. The Heat jumped out 2-0, then dropped the next 2 games after Embiid returned. Philly was backing Miami into a corner.
Somebody ban Lil Osama.
The 1-2 punch.
Somebody ban Lil Osama.
Game 5 by 35.
Hey, somebody ban him.
Them out in a road victory to end the series in 6. Miami's persistence was on full display here. While the Sixers bowed their heads at the first sign of trouble, the Heat always remained confident and fearless. They were back in the Eastern Conference Finals, facing the Celtics once more. Boston was an interesting team because their 51-win record was hardly a representation of their skill level. After opening the year 25-25, they went 26-6 to finish the season, regularly dominating opposing teams with their lethal shooting and defense. Miami may have had the better record, but the Celtics were favored to advance. Through the first 5 games, Boston ironed out a series lead, and the Heat were starting to sputter. Lowry had been dealing with a hamstring strain throughout the entire playoffs that had turned him into a geriatric patient. Jimmy had knee inflammation that forced him to exit Game 3 early, and Tyler Hero had a strained left groin that ruined his play from Game 3 onwards. The Heat were a walking retirement home, and they needed some heroics, which Butler provided, scoring 47 in Game 6 on the road to force this series to 7. The impossible was on the brink of being achieved. Throughout Game 7 in Miami, the Heat looked like they were on their deathbed, barely being able to keep it competitive with the Celtics.
Sidestep 3, tough shot and splashdown!
Yet somehow, after being
look
down
at him, bro. Look at him.
With 2.5 minutes left, the Heat stormed back to get to within 2 with just 20 seconds left. Then, Marcus Smart missed a layup. Jimmy grabbed the board, jogged down the floor, and fired a 3 that had the potential to be one of the greatest shots.
Nigga was struggling with the freaking injured freaking, you know what I'm saying? Nigga was struggling with the freaking
floor, and fired a 3 that had the potential to be one of the greatest shots in NBA history. In what would serve as a foreshadowing for the rest of his Heat career, though, he fell short.
For the lead! Butler had a clean look, Jeff, and he went for the kill shot.
Nigga was struggling. Look, nigga was struggling with the.
Heat were heartbroken, and the Celtics were going to the finals.
Nigga was struggling with an injured Heat team.
To anyone who was watching, it was obvious that the Heat needed to add more star power. Bam and Jimmy just wasn't enough. Miami's front office agreed, so they decided to go star hunting in the summer of 2022. Unfortunately, the superstar strikeout would once again rear its ugly head. First, the Heat tried going after Bradley Beal, who had been in trade rumors since the Obama administration. Here's the problem though, Beal never actually requested a trade until it was too late. In 2021, to Miami's delight, he was considered—
Better be glad you didn't get that nigga Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? Better be glad you didn't get that nigga. Because Phoenix stuck with that nigga with a no trade clause.
He won before the draft, but then decided against it because he loved winning 35 games a year or more. Then in 2022, rumors of Beal leaving again began to rise. The Heat were ready to pounce. Only one problem. The Wizards are run by idiots. Washington handed this man a 5-year, $250 million contract with no trade clause and a
5-year max contract that includes a no trade clause.
Trade kicker, a crime against humanity if I've ever seen one. This immediately pulled him from any trade discussion indefinitely. Once he returned to the market a year later in 2023, the Heat were turned off and refused to give up Hero in any trade discussions. So that was that, and Beal went to Phoenix. Another name that came up in the summer of 22 was Kevin Durant. He had requested a trade from Brooklyn, and Miami—
I think KD finna leave this year for sure.
Yet nothing—
He definitely not going to KD. I'll be surprised. Like I said, KD probably come to the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie, KD probably make one of the moves again, come to the Lakers or something. You know what I mean? Just to contend, play with Luka and Bron. You know what I'm saying? What if that nigga did that, bro? You know what I'm saying? What if that nigga did that? You feel me? What if that nigga came to the Lakers? Nick came to the Lakers with Luke and Bron, bro. That would be crazy. He did it with Steph and Clay, so he might as well come over here with Luke and Bron, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, that would be definitely good right there.
Materialized, mainly because the Heat were reluctant to give up Bam Adebayo.
Word on the street, he said he wanted to come to a title contending team. We are number 2 in the West, and when we win a title this year, he's definitely going to come. He's definitely going to come over here. Definitely.
The Nets desired. The Heat were in a pickle.
Played with Curry already.
KD and
Play with Bron.
Bam, a core of Jimmy Butler, Durant, and Hero wasn't a serious contender. Thus, the Durant trade talks fell apart. The third star that Miami was in trade talks for was Donovan Mitchell, who was on the move after the Utah Jazz had failed yet again in the playoffs.
This is exactly what I be trying to tell y'all, bro, when it comes to freaking Cleveland, bro. Like, Cleveland been having— Not Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell been on teams, bro, like the Utah Jazz, bro, that's been having like the best record in the NBA, bro, and lose like this in the freaking playoffs, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's been losing in the playoffs since the beginning of his career, bro. That's why I just say I don't believe that bro could take the Cleveland Cavaliers to the finals, bro. It's just something about him when it comes to playoffs, bro.
Reports are conflicting on this one. Some NBA sources
It's something about this nigga when he comes to the playoffs,
Hero,
bro.
Duncan Robinson, and picks. While
He plays good in the playoffs,
Miami
but
didn't even bother
just can't never
offering
get
anything serious
never
at
get the
all.
job.
If the latter's the case, then everyone in Miami's front office should be fired. Either way,
Oh
the
my
guard ended up
God.
in Cleveland for a boatload of picks and young players, a package that the Heat couldn't have come close to sniffing in their wildest dreams. 3 more strikeouts for South Beach's star chase. After all that, Miami's offseason was just
After all that,
PJ Tucker to Philly. Everything else stayed the same, which lowered confidence in the team's ability to make another deep playoff run. This confidence became even lower after the Heat had an average 2022-23 regular season.
It's like y'all
They
do
won
have
54
a.
games and earned the 8th seed. Their defense.
I'm just saying, they say Jimmy like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, is Bam Adebayo supposed to be a superstar? Is Jimmy Butler supposed to be a superstar? So you saying you need another superstar? You know what I mean? Y'all saying that Jimmy Butler's like that, right? So he should be able to go somewhere with this team.
Offense was good, but their offense was horrendous. They ranked dead last in points per game and 28th in three-point percentage. Miami was in trouble, amplified even more when they fell down to the 8th seed after failing to beat the Hawks in the play-in. Their matchup in round 1 would be the 58-win Milwaukee Bucks, who they were expected to be steamrolled by. But thanks to a combination of Giannis suffering an untimely back injury and Jimmy Butler transforming into a basketball god, the Heat somehow eliminated Milwaukee in just 5 games. Butler had a legendary series, averaging 38 points per game on 59-45 splits. Yes, 59% from the field and 40%.
Bucks really ain't that good without Giannis, bro. I ain't gonna count.
He scored 56 in Game 4 and 42 in Game 5, putting on 2 of the most unreal back-to-back showings I've ever witnessed in NBA history. His amazing play guided the 8th-seeded Heat to one of the most improbable playoff upsets in basketball history. In round 2, the Heat continued their strong momentum, eliminating the New York Knicks in 6, even with Jimmy suffering a brutal ankle injury in Game 1 that hindered his athleticism from that point forward. What separated Miami from New York was their ability to hit timely shots and lock up on defense when needed.
Spinning, Brunson, leaning, shoveling into traffic. He turned it over.
Out of all of the playoff series the Heat played in this run, though, none of them came close to the insanity that was the Eastern Conference Finals.
The Eastern Conference Finals are ready to ride.
Good evening, everyone, from Boston, and welcome to
To me, why he don't play like that with the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? Because bro is 35, bro. He is 35. What the freak do you mean? He's 35. He's old, bro. Man, probably only got 2 more years in the tank. Everybody is not LeBron, bro. Everybody's not KD. Everybody's not Steph. Everybody can't keep going for that long amount of time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just won't happen.
Conference Finals with the same 2 teams for the 2nd consecutive year.
This is the Jimmy Butler they think they're getting. They think they're getting this Jimmy Butler.
Percentages from downtown in this series. Yes, you're reading that correctly. 40.
But in reality, the Eastern Conference is just way weaker than the West. That's just reality, bro. It's just way weaker than the Western Conference, bro.
Which means they probably sacrificed 48 babies underneath TD Garden. This great shooting helped them jump out to a 3-0 lead, but Boston struck back, winning 2 straight, then forcing a Game 7 thanks to a lucky Derek White game winner. The series had been flipped upside down, and the basketball world was now preparing to witness its first ever 3-0 comeback. The Heat remained focused, though, in a moment where they very easily could have crumbled.
But look, this is the way this season's been. This is a one hell of a series. At this time right now, I don't know how we're going to get this done, but we're going to go up there and get it done.
With all the momentum against them, Miami entered Boston in Game 7 and somehow won in blowout fashion. They held the Celtics to just 84 points. Jaylen Brown was locked up, while Jason Tatum was hampered due to an ankle injury he suffered early on. Caleb Martin was the star of the show in this game. He scored 26 points and grabbed 10 rebounds, destroying the Celtics with Kobe-esque mid-range shots. A dagger had been shot into Boston's chest. An 8 seed had slain the Eastern Conference. The fun wouldn't last for much longer, though, because the Heat fell back down to earth and were dispatched in 5 by the much superior Denver Nuggets.
Denver Smuggins.
This series served as yet another reminder that while role players were great, the second superstar level talent alongside Jimmy Butler was absolutely needed if the Heat wanted to win a championship. Time was beginning to run out. Jimmy Butler was about to turn 34. The Heat just couldn't expect him to turn into MJ every playoff run. That wasn't sustainable. More help was needed. As fate would have it though, a lifeline was thrown at them in the form of Damian Lillard, who had requested a trade and demanded to be sent to Miami. If there was any star over the years that the Heat had to acquire, this was the one. As we all know though, they failed to do so. So how did they screw it up this time? Overconfidence and mismanagement, aka they pissed the Blazers off. It started when Lillard's agent, Aaron Goodwin, made it clear that Lillard only wanted to play in Miami and Miami only, even going as far as calling up other teams trying to put together packages for Dame and telling them to give it up, or else they'd be trading for an unhappy player.
Niggas could have died.
Saw all this happening and became cocky and stingy. They figured that since Dame's value was so low, they could get away with offering a little less. A report came out in late September that the Heat weren't believed to be offering even close to their full array of tradable assets in talks with the Blazers.
Trying to fleece.
They were hesitant to part ways with rookie Jaime Jaquez and didn't want to give up all their picks. Long story short, the Heat refused to cash in all their chips. This made the Blazers furious, who were trying to get the best package available and felt they were being sabotaged.
Should have gave that up for Damian Lillard, though, Brian gonna cut.
Damian Lillard has been traded, not to the Heat, but to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Once the Milwaukee Bucks swooped in and offered a far more enticing deal, the Blazers said yes in a heartbeat, eager to end this drama-filled saga and screw over the arrogant Heat. They valued Drew Holiday, who they received, far more as a trade piece than they did Hero. The Heat, who realized they had just made a cataclysmic mistake, sheepishly offered what was touted as a significant offer for Holiday, even including more than they did for Lillard, according to some. Welp, upon hearing of this quote-unquote great offer, the Blazers laughed in the Heat's face, hung up the phone, and traded Drew to the Heat's arch-rival, the Boston Celtics. The Heat had burnt bridges, and dug themselves into their own grave in the process. From this moment onward, the Jimmy Butler era in Miami was unofficially over. In the 2023-24 season, there was no miracle postseason run to bail them out from their incompetence. After putting together another subpar year, Jimmy suffered a season-ending knee injury in the play-in, and the Heat lost in 5 to the Celtics in round 1. This is when the relationship between Jimmy and the Heat organization began taking a turn for the worse. After Miami was...
Now niggas seen how Bron felt, right? See how Bron felt, right? You know what I'm saying? This is what Bron was going through in Miami, bro. You know what I mean? But instead, Bron didn't have no Bam Adebayo. Bron ain't have no Tyler Hero. You know what I'm saying? This is what he was going through in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? But niggas want to feel sorry for Jimmy, but when it comes to Bron, no, Bron has to do it by himself. You realize, see, everybody needs help but Bron. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets leeway. Everybody gets help but Bron. You know what I'm saying? He said Bron had Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was not in his prime, bro, when Bron came on the team. No cap. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You feel me? And Bron did not have Dwayne Wade at Cleveland, bro. I'm talking about Cleveland Cavaliers, you jackass. I'm talking about no freaking Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy Butler had Bam Adebayo. You feel me? So shut the freak up with all that BS, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, nigga.
Finished off by Boston, Butler.
Everybody can have help but freaking Bron. That's what you telling me? Bron wasted 7 of his freaking years at Cleveland with no all-star. Why niggas forget about that? Why niggas forget about that, though? You know what I'm saying? Huh? Why niggas forget about Bron wasting 7 years in Cleveland? And right when he jumped ship to Miami, all he needs is a super team.
Who had been sitting on the sideline due to injury.
Everybody can have help.
At both the Celtics
but Bron,
and the
man.
Knicks on camera and on social media.
1, 2, 3, action. If I was playing, Boston would be at home. New York, damn sure would be at home.
The guy whose team was just bounced was talking mad smack, and Pat Riley, the longtime executive, was having none of it.
If you're not on the court playing, against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Pat Riley. I don't give a dang who you is, bro. You should have said that. You saying that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That kind of, and I would have dipped too. And definitely, you not taking care of a nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga went to the finals and everything. I don't give a dang who you is, nigga. Saying, nigga, what the freak you mean? Keep my mouth shut, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Telling my Pat Riley won this many rings. He can say whatever the freak he want. He can't say whatever the freak he want to say to me. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Niggas think just because a nigga be doing certain things that just give him respect. Like, that just, but you gotta realize respect, bro. If a nigga I give respect to niggas. So guess what? I'm expecting respect in return. You know what I'm saying? It's not no respect that's earned with me. It's respect that's given, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you to respect me, nigga. I'm telling you gonna respect me. You feel me? Because that's all I give out is respect. If I ain't disrespect you, nigga, don't disrespect me, my nigga. That's what he did. He disrespected Jimmy, nigga. What you mean, nigga? Keep your mouth shut, nigga. What the freak you mean, keep my mouth shut, nigga? You feel me? You heard what the freak he said, boy?
Executive.
Don't give a dang how many rings you won, Pat Riley, nigga. You shut up, nigga.
None of it.
If you're not on the court,
nigga ain't even taking care. Nigga. Failed Giannis. Nigga, Dame, when Damian Lillard was right at your lap, you failed Dame, nigga. Like, nigga, you ain't even taking care of this nigga Jimmy Butler, nigga, at the time. Nigga, shut your dumb stuff up, nigga.
Or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
Most fans didn't think much of this interaction, because Jimmy and the Heat had previously gotten into fights that looked bad, but were actually fine. This time, though, things were different.
Yeah, Udonis Haslem. I'm like, bro, Udonis Haslem, sit your tail down, gang.
That looked bad.
How the freak this nigga was on the bench for so long? Who is this nigga? You not no legend, nigga. You ain't no Miami Heat legend, nigga. What the freak is you doing, nigga? This is your superstar, nigga. This nigga trying to go back and forth, man. Tell this nigga to sit down, nigga. Who the freak is this Udonis Haslem, nigga?
Fine. This time, though, things
pissed me off seeing that clip.
Jimmy was reportedly caught off guard by Riley's harsh message here. Then, Riley and Butler tried to have a last-ditch meeting with the end goal of repairing their relationship, but the executive's attempts at relating to Jimmy just came off as unhinged. The two's relationship never recovered.
Word up.
To add insult to injury, the Heat were refusing to extend Jimmy to the 2-year max deal he desired, which left the two sides at a crossroads, one that could only be solved via trade. So, after the Heat opened the 2024-25 regular season looking mediocre again, Jimmy publicly requested a trade in January.
I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball, and wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Yeah, you're seeing this right. He announced it in a post-game interview. The Heat were outraged, suspending him for 7 games due to conduct detrimental to the team. This marked the official end to the
Look at this nigga like not want to be there.
In a post-game interview, the Heat were outraged, suspending him for 7 games due to conduct detrimental to the team. This marked the official end to the Jimmy Butler era. He was traded to Golden State a few weeks later. Now, NBA analysts of all kinds are scratching their heads, wondering where it all went wrong for the supposed match made in heaven. Well, I'll tell you who's to blame. Blame both sides. For the organization, the reality was that Pat Riley and his staff got complacent. They never felt desperate to go all in with Jimmy and Bam, and that ultimately played a huge part in their downfall. Think about how many Photoshop pics you've seen of various stars in Heat jerseys, and then think about how many of those stars actually ended up wearing their jerseys. The answer is 0. None. They never cashed in their chips, because they became comfortable with their success. Anyone with more than 3 brain cells would have told you that after the 2022 playoffs, 3 seasons ago, the Heat should have moved mountains to get another elite player. Anyone would have helped. Okay, maybe not anyone. Instead of doing that though, the Heat smugly believed that their coaching and playoff Jimmy would bail them out. That did happen twice, in 2020 and 2023, but in the finals, they got washed both times because their team was completely overmatched. The Heat were too scared to risk it all, but in the end, they lost everything.
It's like it's the same way at Golden State though. Like honestly, like it's the same way at Golden State. It's like it's just Steph. Like Draymond's not no Bam Adebayo. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same way. Like it's like the Heat. It's like you with the worst team. It's like the Heat and the Warriors the same freaking weight. You got Curry, but Jimmy ain't playing all like that no more. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Then you got Draymond. You don't have nobody else but Curry. You don't have a Bam Adebayo. You don't have a Tyler Hero. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga just cooked either way. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Bro just cooked either freaking way. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you, man. I think that little Osama dude is that Dre dude. So I'm going to get rid of you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. But yeah, man, like the freak I was saying, my nigga. Yeah, bro, I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Let me go see something. I gotta ban somebody right quick. You feel me? But I don't feel like, you know what I mean? Honestly, you know, definitely the Warriors definitely not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you feel me? And I don't know, man. Jimmy Butler he ain't got it no more, man. You know what I'm saying? 2 good seasons for sure. That was 2 good seasons, but I feel like that was just a lucky run, man. Very lucky run. And I don't know. I don't know. Nigga just had 13 points against the Hornets. And then before that, he had 3 points against it wasn't the 76ers. Who was it? He had 3 points before that game. I just don't see it,